Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to my channel. It's Drea, and today we are making steak and potatoes. So what you're gonna need to do is go ahead and get your apron. We're gonna start with our apron and put it on here, and then we're gonna go ahead and get all washed up with our hands. We're gonna make sure our hands are super clean, and then you want to get your pot ready to go. So here we go. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is go ahead and chop up your vegetables. Right here, I'm just getting my carrots smaller than the mini ones. I'm just chopping those up smaller, and then I'll start on the onion as well. Alright guys, so here you definitely want to get your pan ready. We're going to go ahead and put some turkey bacon in our oven here. I'm just going to go ahead and season that on a pan, and then, like I said, put it in your oven. Next, you want to go ahead and peel some potatoes. I'm actually going to use 4 potatoes here. I'm going to go ahead and wash those. I do wash the skin before I take it off, and then wash the potatoes again. Probably double work, but it works for me. And I'm going to go ahead and chop those into smaller pieces, and then we're going to go ahead and put those to the side and season those. I did season those with garlic powder, salt, pepper, and a little paprika, and of course my favorite, Mrs. Dash. So here we're just putting our onions, and we're going to go ahead and get those brown. I'm also going to be using some green bell pepper. Right here I have it already cut up in a sack. I'm just going to be using that, and we're going to go ahead and brown that in the pan here. Alright, so the next one, once we have our vegetables already browned, we're going to take those out. Then we're going to melt some butter, and we're going to go ahead and get started on our cut green beans. I did go ahead and get these all chopped up, cleaned and nice. Now we're just going to put these in the pan to get those all steamed. Alright, so now you want to go ahead and get a larger pan. In this pan, we're going to put it on a medium to high heat. And we're going to go ahead and put a little oil in this pan. We're going to start browning our potatoes here. So we're going to go ahead. First, we're going to do the carrots, brown those, and then the potatoes. And then we'll mix everything together once we're completely done. But here's the process. Alright, so now our bacon is completely done. We're going to go ahead and just break it into smaller pieces. We'll be mixing that as well with our mixture of potatoes, carrots, and the onion and bell pepper. Alrighty guys, so I did go ahead and decide to make a cake here as well. We'll be using this Betty Crocker pink cake, as well as some frosting here as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on our oven, whip that cake together, and we're gonna go ahead and get our bundt pan ready for that cake to go in. So now we're going to go ahead and put the cake in the oven. Make sure you don't forget to stir your potatoes, and once you're done browning those, you're just going to go ahead and mix everything together. Your potatoes, your corn, your bell pepper, and your onion. And then don't forget about your bacon. Mix that in as well. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get started on our meat here. We're going to go ahead and get our steak ready. Again, in your larger pan, you want to go ahead and put a little oil at the bottom. You can use some extra virgin olive oil or vegetable oil. I did use a little bit of that. And we're just going to go ahead, and my meat is already seasoned, so I'm just laying it away from me into the pan here. And we'll cook it on either side, both sides, for about 3 to 4 minutes. Then we'll coat the top of the steak with a little of the oil. I did put a little butter in here as well with some Italian seasoning. Y'all, so here is the steak. It is so tender and juicy. Here it is, just so juicy, and I definitely enjoyed a piece right here, y'all. Alright guys, so once you are finished with all of your steak, you're gonna go ahead, your cake should be ready to come out. Because you already got your bundt pan ready, I do go ahead and get a little butter and then flour for the bundt pan. Knock all the extra flour out and then put your cake inside. Because I do mine like that, it easily comes out of the pan. So here you can just shake it a little bit from the edges of the pan, and then I lay a plate on top. And then, like I said, it'll easily just slide right on out of your pan like that. So I'm going to show you here. And then once it cools completely, we'll put some icing on top. Alright guys, so here's how the cake turned out on your steak and potatoes. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.